Hello, hello. Another day, another round of programming. All right, I think we're all set. We're all set to code. What did I even say I was going to do today? Ah, yes, combat improvements. Today is combat improvement day. Sorry, let me look at something. Dude, my freaking cats. My freaking cats are absolutely crazy. All right. Mini-map's done. Yeah, do you hear them running? Dude, they run in this, there's this turn, they plant their feet on the wall and they jump off of it. One always chases the other. It's nuts. What do you think of the mini map? I think I'm gonna take off these corners. I like the corners make it look less like a map. It looks kind of weird. I like the border. I don't like the corners on the border though. Also, my cursor's too far behind this, isn't it? I just noticed that. The cursor should be above. But overall, it looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, they do some insanely unnecessary stuff to get around. What's up, Doru? Newton. About to be rebooting. That's the only thing I could think of that rhymed. Oh, I logged into this one the other day, or yesterday it was, and all the monsters were frozen. Like they were all just stuck. And I would run around, they wouldn't move at all. And I wouldn't kill them, and then they started moving around. Oh, that's weird. What's going on? I might just have really it's like it's losing where I am. I feel like I might be getting just really bad packet drop or something. No, it feels pretty stable. There's a little bit of like that. Did you see that? It got way off. Also, my ping's ridiculously high. I wonder if I have like a memory leak or something. Hello, brethren. My hatless friend. Yeah, this is the OP strat of spawning them all at the same time. Streamer. Oh, how does the minimap work? The minimap works. I basically oh, let me run this. Basically, I have all these tiles, you know, and they're regular tiles. I make like a 50 by 50 pixel by 50 pixel frame buffer, and I draw the entire map to that dynamically. So every single frame will, like, because of some of the rendering library improvements I did, it's actually really not that big of a performance sink to do that, you know, now, because what happens is all of the geometry for the tile map chunks gets bashed into one vertex buffer, and then that one vertex buffer gets drawn, and I just draw it twice, once for the main camera and then once for the mini map camera. And the mini map camera is rendering to a 50 pixel frame buffer, so it's really pixelated. What I could also do is I could take the main frame buffer and sample or take the main frame buffer of the map, as long as it was offset, all the tiles were offset by 16 or whatever, and I could sample the center pixel of it, So this sample is kind of the center pixel of it, but it, like as you see when I walk down, let me turn off debug. When I walk down, you can see a little bit of flickering on the trees because like there's a little bit of rounding errors where it's not getting the same pixel every time. So some of the trees like flicker a little bit, but it's not super noticeable. So I think it's a good enough starting point. It's not exactly where I'm going to end, I think. Eventually I'll make it a little bit more obvious what's going on. But I like the approach of just rendering the map twice. Because now you can kind of see like what's what. Like it makes sense that these are trees, you know, when you look at the map, it's like, okay, these are obviously trees. I don't need like some special sprite here. And then for all the active entities, I just draw those on top of that. So I draw these as red squares. I draw this guy as white squares. And I could draw the trees and things like that. I could draw these as like different colored squares. But the problem I was encountering there was like, I don't know what color to pick. I guess I could have like a dark green or something like that, or like a more saturated green, or maybe a less saturated green. And these ones are walls too, so these ones show up properly too. I think overall it looks pretty good. And it's kind of obvious like what things are. Like you can tell these are walls even when you look at the mini map. So yeah, I think it looks good enough. The movement's a little chunky, but I think that that's fine. I don't think that that's a big issue because I don't think you're like really looking at your mini map that much. You're just like, oh, there's some enemies to the right. So then you walk over here and you see there's enemies. Oh, there's a lot of enemies. They got stuck. The AI pathing's not super good. But I think how I'm gonna do combat is I think I'm gonna make like I'm gonna make the combat be inside of dungeons, I think. Yeah, it's the same approach we had before. Except I'm just redoing the GPU rendering rather than being like, oh, let me do an individual like sample on the CPU. So, but I'm pretty happy with it. Because like pulling the frame buffer off and reading on the CPU really isn't an efficient thing to do. I think I'm not a OpenGL expert or anything like that, but I did a little bit of reading. But yeah, my rendering rate's a lot faster now. Let's fix that cursor thing. Where's the cursor? Oh, the cursor's drawn to the main pass. Or I want to do a cursor. I have a cursor layer in the main pass. It's hard because the main pass all goes to a frame buffer, then the frame buffer is drawn behind the minimap the frame buffer is drawn behind the minimap. Moving frame buffers to and from the CPU is sad, yeah. Yeah, I did a I wrote a little video editor thing, and what I had to do there was I had to pull the frame, every single frame, to like send it to FFmpeg so they could encode it, and that was very slow. It's not like a thing that you want to do. It's not like it like I was still able to get like real-time performance, but it was definitely slow. Yeah, any CPU or any CPU to GPU copies are like big time sinks, especially for like big geometry. Also, good morning, Emily. How are you today? Welcome to the stream. I guess it's probably not morning for you, but good evening. Oh yeah, cursor. I don't. I like that I'm getting the world space and I'm drawing it inside the world space. But I could just draw this to the screen pass, and that would probably be fine. It's pretty morning over here. Well, not anymore, I guess. Yeah. Afternoon's a pretty safe bet, I think. Yeah. Most people, I think, are afternoon. Because I'm right on the East Coast of America, you know? So, like, there's not much to the east of us for a while. So there's always that big gap. And most people aren't waking. I guess people maybe in the center of America are waking up really, really early, but like probably the right thing to do is to do a world space draw here of where the cursor is. But I'm worried that I'm going to mess up my translation from screen to world space again, and it's going to not be apparent because my cursor's not wrong. We'll just do screen space because I hide my mouse anyways now, so I wouldn't be able to tell anyways. Maybe I'll write like a test to make sure I don't do this, so I don't break it because I kind of know where I broke it. So if I break it again, I'll maybe double check sometime. Morning, Dracula. How are you today? Or sorry, I said morning again for you, but you're definitely evening or afternoon. All right. So we have mouse position. We don't need to unproject by the camera anymore. We don't need to do this stuff anymore. We do need to do that. We'll do it slightly differently. And I won't set this back to the default layer. Does this set the layer? I don't know. What's up, Kai? AKA Jin. AKA Averkvist. At work, nice. Tired trying to finish the project, you? Nice. I'm also tired, but on the opposite side of the spectrum. I'm on the waking up side of tired. But yeah, I'm good. Drinking coffee. Slinging code. Pretending like I know what I'm doing. No, I just kind of slurred that. Okay, mouse position, crosshair position. Then we just need to make a, I'll put this at the bottom. So I can leave the world space version as well. I'll make a matrix for this. What blend do I usually drink? This one's like an Ethiopian bean. I don't like most of the stuff around here is like Central American. Central or South American. Yeah. Yeah, I just munch on the beans. You're a bean. You're Mr. Bean. Imagine having good coffee taste. I don't know if I have good coffee taste, but my dad does, and he got me these, so they definitely taste better than most of the coffee that I get. I usually buy like I don't know, some whatever's on sale at the grocery store. But one of my friends has a coffee roasting business, so I thought about buying some beans from him. I guess I don't really need to do this. I can just do this. MX, MY, 0. You actually lighter roast actually taste like something. Yeah, I definitely like lighter roasts. Yeah, this is my second last cup of coffee on this current bag of beans that I had. But it's about to run out, so I need to get some more. That's the problem. I wait too long, and then it's like I can't do the pre-planning to like ask my friend, "Hey, can I buy some coffee from you?" So it's like I need it like tomorrow. And I don't know. That's too close of a turnaround, I think. So we'll draw to the screen pass, but we'll also do something like this. To make sure that it stays in front of the mini map, we'll have a there they go. Do cursor layer. Then we'll set back to default layer. I don't like this like change it and then change it back. What I would prefer to have happen is I prefer to have every single draw set it, or every single like group of draws set it, because it's like I'd like to leave it like this, but I feel like that's gonna break something else. Oh yeah, they're always zooming. I don't know how they keep the energy to do that. Oh, I have to scale too. I don't have to scale by the zoom though. I just have to scale because the screen space isn't scaled. So I should just have to do this. This just scales the sprite. Sorry. He did the exact same thing. The exact thing I was explaining. Where he runs, leaps onto a wall, leaps off of the wall, but it's like this metal grate. So it's like it's a air return vent for my AC. Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. It's on top now. Maybe I'll have some interactions when you click on this though. This could also be something that's done inside of the window. Like I don't necessarily have to like do it here, because it probably makes some sense to be like, what are you on top of? Are you on top of like a UI element? You should be like more of a pointer cursor. Or are you on top of a like the game world? Then you should be a crosshair, you know, and have this window object determine that and decide what it should be. That makes sense to me. There he does it again. I'll set up a camera one day on that spot and you guys will see. You guys will see what I mean. I meant for my my cats. All right. I also made this kind of nice sprite abstraction, which has like the sprite batch object, the color that I want to draw with, the scale, the rotation. So it's pretty flexible. Quite surprised they haven't heard themselves yet. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, and also when I'll walk around and they'll like dart in front of my legs and I'll like accidentally kick them. I won't kick them, but I'll like fling them. Cause like I'm making a step forward and they step on top of my leg. And so I step forward and I fling them like forward and they go spinning on the ground. Jeez. Yeah. I feel bad when I do it. Yeah, they literally don't give an F. I could throw them across the room and they'd probably be like, let's do it again. Not that I do that, but I think I could. I'm pretty sure I could do it. Yeah, let's move the cursor drawing stuff to a function. Unit band, I know. Yes, I need to be more careful with what I say, because yeah, I've said stuff about like the stuff happening in the game, and I've gotten in trouble on YouTube. I think it was from that. Malta used to like being tossed on the bed. Would love him 7 feet in the air and he would just land somewhere and be totally fine. Yeah. Well, cats, they already jump super high. So you have to imagine if they're able to jump that high, then they're able to land from heights that are that high, you know? But they do stuff that scares me. Like they're so tiny, but they'll climb on like really tall dressers and stuff. Yeah, no problem jumping on 6-7 feet cabinets. Yeah, exactly. Like mine crawls up to stuff that's like taller than me, and then I'll be like, I'll try to get him down, but I literally cannot reach him. And he just goes in the back of like this really tall shelf. I can't reach him. And I'm pretty tall. So it's like up there. Then I'll just leave the room and he'll come down somehow and walk out. And it's like, I guess I don't know, I guess it was pretty easy to get down. Oh yeah. Draw cursor. I kind of want this to be like internal. Unit height reveal. I'm 6'3". I don't know how tall that is in European. Yeah, I'm pretty tall. I'm taller than most people. I think I'll leave it just like this. But I think the cursor's right now. I think I was kind of, I had it in a closure here. Might be ballin'. I play volleyball. Not basketball though. I miss cat cam. Yeah, I keep forgetting to turn it on. It's weird, like I can't dynamically plug it into OBS or it won't work. I just like, they kept like bumping it, so I took it off my desk and then now I've forgotten about it. I feel like I should have like a group of sprites that are, I'm average height in the Netherlands, but everyone I meet is just taller. Yeah. Yeah, there's one, what's the there's one country out there where everyone's just really tall. Is it Poland? Everybody's really tall in Poland or something? Or maybe it is the Netherlands. I thought there was one European country where everyone's just Nordic countries in general. The Dutch. Okay. Oh, 6'1". Yeah, that's pretty tall still. Oh, 6'1's average height. That's definitely taller than like the US. The average height here is a lot lower than that, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know now. Average height in the US. 5'9". Around 6 feet is the average. Gotcha. Oh yeah, look at that. Netherlands is the top, I think. Or I assume it's like the top. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Average height 1.84 meters. I don't know what that is. I guess that's 6'2", whatever. Yeah, 6 feet. Okay, nice. Dang. You're right. You're right on the money. You guys are number one. Poland. Yeah, I have a Polish friend. He's either like I want to say he's like 6'5". He's really tall. Where's US? What place are we in? Oh, we're pretty far down there. Not terrible. We're below Ireland though. Your brothers are 6'5" and 6'7". Holy moly. That's super freaking tall. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, why? Like, why are they so tall out there? Is it like a diet thing or like genetics or? But I got all the brains. There you go. Yeah, all of their growth energy went to their height and not to their brains. That's hilarious. I can still do this. Gravity anomaly, probably. Why Americans so fan? Oh, so fat? Some people say it's the milk. Oh, you guys drink a lot of milk out there? You know, I did I did drink a lot of chocolate milk growing up, so maybe there's something to that. I didn't drink a lot of regular milk. I drank a lot of chocolate milk, which has milk in it, I assume. I assume. I kind of want to make like a group. I might make a group for this. I'm not going to make it a map though, because that doesn't need to be dynamic. It just needs to be this thing that gets instantiated. And I never did, so figures I'm the short one. Yeah, but you're still pretty tall comparatively to the world. The skeleton inside you is happy for that. Yeah, I got strong bones. I've only broken one bone. It was my foot. It'd be so nice to have like a sprite object, like sprites. So you do like sprites dot cursor, you know, or like crosshair, right? Wouldn't that be nice? I'm gonna call it crosshair sprite actually. My girlfriend is 5'11". My 6'7" brother's girlfriend is 5'3". Oh, really? That's a big jump. I guess he's over a foot taller than her. It is called crosshair sprite. Nice. Now in my draw function, I just need to draw my draw minimap to screen. I guess I'll draw it here. Yeah, that's a big jump. It's a big height difference. Oh, W dot. There we go. All right. I like that. It's a little bit better encapsulated, I think. I don't know actually if it's going to draw in front of UI elements though. It might draw behind them. I don't know. I kind of lost track of what I was planning to work on today. I guess I was gonna do I was thinking that I was gonna make there be like, yeah, combat improvements. That's what I made the title, whatever that means. I think I was going to go and what I kind of what I want to do is I think I want to make like kind of a dungeon that you would go into and do all the combat in, because I think that having like Realm of the Mad God has like one big world that you like pop into and you do all of your combat there and things just spawn. Enemies, yes. Yeah, we have a few enemies. We have a slime and a zombie right now. But I feel like the fun part of Realm of the Mad God is when you go into the dungeon. So everything's like leading up to going into a dungeon. So I thought I would just like make dungeons that you go into. So like have some kind of like overworld area and then dungeons that you go into. Yep, mini maps too. Sorry, I have debug by default enabled. So it looks a little bad when you hop in. But I think what I might do next is I think I might like just make the combat a little bit nicer, because I feel like right now the projectiles are kind of hard to see. So I was gonna make them maybe red and have a border or something. So many visible improvements so quick. Yeah, we have a whole little map too. Maybe we have stairs. Check this out. Watch me walk up these stairs. You just hold right, and then when I detect you're on a stair, I make you go down too, or up as well. Oh, thank you. Oh, great. Thanks, Dracula, for the £5 or €5, whatever European currency that is. Noob. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I like it. That's a cool little sticker, though. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The board must be very pleased. Yeah, and then you walk a little bit slower on these kinds of stairs. You have walls. There's the Great Forest. It's also a little weird. You can just walk off the thing there. There's a little forest here. That's about it. They're finally paying you. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna make an instance or just have certain space where enemies can spawn. Yeah, I think right now I will probably have like I don't know. It's not going to be. I'll eventually it'll be an instance. I don't know if it'll be on the same server or a different server, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to separate all of the things, but it will be a different instance. I might have a server which is just dedicated to like hosting instances, but I want it to be like large instances, if that makes sense. Like I feel like doing like maybe like a 6-person raid might be like too small. I don't know. So I want to make it like kind of scaled up for like big things. But right now I might just do like when you walk into an area, I might make like rooms. Well, I like eventually I need procedural dungeon generation, I think. So that's one thing. And then when you walk into a room, things probably spawn and the doors probably close, and then you have to like finish that battle encounter before you can go to the next section. And then you just kind of like crawl through that dungeon. Like it'll probably be something like that. I think that makes sense at least. I don't know exactly how I'm going to set it up though. I guess that's an important detail. Just yeah, I'm not sure. I probably will want to separate it though. There'll probably be some sort of separation between people that are in like the main world and people that are in a specific dungeon instance. I just don't know if they'll be on the same server computer or different server computer. Or sorry, not necessarily computer, a different like game, like a different process or the same process. I think eventually, if you really want to scale up, you have to have them on different processes, right? Because then you can scale up more processes to host more dungeons for more people. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's more? Do you think it'd be more fun? I don't know. Have you guys ever played Realm of the Mad God? Do you think it's more fun being on the island beforehand, before you go into dungeons, or do you think it's more fun to just go into dungeons and like clear dungeons? I always hated the over the island part of it, and I think that's what people do. They just wait for dungeons to pop up so they can go like clear them. Dude, this freaking kid with his energy drinks in the coffee shop. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I didn't know I had dungeons. Yeah. You like kill certain monsters, and certain monsters, like one of their drops is a dungeon. And then you can go into that dungeon and like clear it. And so people literally just, and then like at the very end, when you clear enough of the bosses on the island, you fight like Oryx. Would be cool if you could buy portals to dungeons. Yeah, actually that's what Realm of the Mad God does. They buy or you buy when you beat Oryx, there's this like wine, I think it's called like a wine cellar, and you have to buy a wine cellar key to go down there. Whatever you plan on doing with the game, go with it. All right. I think I'm gonna go dungeon focused. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go dungeon focused. So that means I'll have to do procedural generation. I'll have to do some sort of instancing. And I guess what the interaction will be is there'll be some like door that you go up to and you click like enter or something like that. And then once it maybe either enough people show up or there's some timer that every time it resets. So you have like maybe 5 minutes from when the first person joins before it starts. But it would suck to wait 5 minutes to go clear it. You know what I mean? Maybe it pops up, everyone just goes in. Every 5 minutes, one pops up or something like that. And then it's an instance that everyone goes and plays in. So there's procedural generation, there's instancing of the game world. Those are two big things. And there's different like encounters and monsters and stuff like that, I think. I think that would be all the features I needed. I'm just making like a mental list of what it would take. But for now, I don't think I'm gonna work on that because I really need to think about how instancing is gonna work before I start like coding that. Because that'll be a big feature. I think. Like I don't think that's gonna be like a trivial thing. Because that'll involve probably one computer telling another computer to take ownership of a particular game entity. And like deleting it on the original one and adding it to the new one, you know? And then the proxy needs to know that the entity changed. Yeah, that's just like a big coordination thing, I think. I don't think it's like super hard. It's just that whole coordination of the transfer is difficult, I think. Yeah, anyways, for now I think what we're going to do is just do we're just going to do we're just gonna make combat a little bit better with the different monsters. Probably maybe like add new monsters and Just make it look and feel better. Because right now the one thing I was thinking of was that the bullets are just too small. They're just too hard to see. I want to add new bullet patterns as well. Because it's going to be a little bit of a dodging game, you know? Maybe we'll add, like, I've been watching a lot of Enter the Gungeon, Northern Lion play Enter the Gungeon, and it's been giving me some ideas of how I want it to feel. Where am I? Here we go. Dodge Pepe. Yeah, feels like that. Yeah, like I've been thinking of like I don't want to like reveal it yet, but I think I have like a kind of cool theme of what the game will be like about. You see Northern Lion playing Emoji Pets? No, I haven't. Is that a new game he's been playing? I've been watching him almost exclusively play Into the Dungeon, which he played like multiple years ago. Where is it? I think I have a one that's called like Projectile or something. Here we go. I found it. Sorry, I was on another monitor by accident. Hello, buddy. Let me open the porch door so they can walk out there and chill outside. Give me 1 second, and I'll probably make another cup of coffee as well. So I'll be right back. We'll be right back after these quick messages of watching memes that were photoshopped together. Imagine not being up to date with Northern Lion. I know, so embarrassing. How embarrassing of me. I used to be up to date with him when he was watching. He was playing Super Auto Pets a lot, and I was actually playing Super Auto Pets at the same time. But I stopped playing, and they changed the pets around so much that I have no idea what they do anymore. So it's hard to watch now. Because before it was like I know what like comp he's playing, and like I kind of understood it. Oh, I thought Emoji Pets was a new one. Oh, it's called Emoji Pets now. What is it? Super Auto Pets or is it Emoji Pets? You like the slideshow, Emily? It's pretty good. And some Discord photoshops for you. Oh, I forgot the name. Yeah, I used to watch him play Super Auto Pets a ton. All right, let's make this look better. What is it? It's like a pixel art orb. Did I switch back? Okay, good, I did. I was worried for a second that I hadn't. Pixel art VFX. I was thinking something like this. Let's just Google pixel art projectile. I feel like it needs to be a lighter core, and then a something like this actually. These are actually kind of cool. They're nicely animated as well. I'll probably do something like this. I'll probably do less of an animation though, but some like outer, darker. Yeah, theirs is red in Enter the Gungeon, right? I was thinking it looked good. Let's see here. I'll probably just do different shades of gray for this. And then I'm just gonna color it when I color it. I don't know, like 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think it's acceptable to make it similar. Yeah. I guess I can delete these. I saw someone's ripped that game and made it kind of cool. I'm gonna link it. Ripped what game? And the Gungeon one? Maybe we'll do with colors and then we'll grayscale it. Because I'm having trouble seeing what this is gonna look like when I color it. Oh, Emoji Pets. Wait, is it called Emoji Pets now or Super Auto Pets? Super Auto Pets, gotcha. Yeah, I googled Emoji Pets. I just got a Google Chrome store. I call it that. Okay. Do you hear Luna? Did you go outside, Luna? Was it fun? Discord link? All right. Imagine going outside. I know. I just opened the door and then I closed the curtain so I can't see outside. Ow. She's sticking her butt in my face. That's gross. Oh wow. Super Auto Battlemon. This is literally... It's literally the same thing. So it's a little bit, it's different, I guess, but it's still monster. Monster Taming Auto Battle or roguelike. Oh, you collect monsters. Oh, is it less competitive and more like for fun? Dang, this game got big. It's a good game. I only go outside to travel to another screen. Oh, I forgot to add this one to the slideshow. That's a good one too. No, Luna, you can't play with that. That's a cord. There we go. Here, let me go distract her really quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. This game looks really fun. It's pretty fun, actually. When I first saw it, I was like, this looks... I didn't think it looked that good, but it's a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Morning, JJ. How are you today? All right, let's add a few more frames. And we'll do just an inner circle. What does that look like? Battlemon looks cool too. You're right, it does. Wait, what does it look like? It goes this in. I guess I could do new frame. Copy that, paste it here, and then just do like an outer border. What does this look like? I feel like that's too many. I feel like this inner one looks weird. Goes in one, and it goes out one. Oh god, Grub has updated. That's a, yeah, that's a yikes. It's a little bit scary. We'll just go with this for now. I think blue is a fine color. I might grayscale it though so I can change the color. Sleepy and rainy day. How did you animate that? I found someone who had animated it and I did what they did. Those are so big. Oh, you see him rotating? At least you can see them now. So We're making progress. The problem is there's no dodging, like there's no dodging technique that you can do because there's just so many monsters. Also, I kind of feel like the projectiles move too fast. And maybe they don't go far enough. Let's just drop the number of monsters so we can be a little bit more instead of 10, we'll do like 2 of each. Refined is greater than grub. Yeah, you're right. It does seem like it's getting bigger in size. Oh yeah, this lets me add frames to the animation. Well, how does this one do it? I thought they make it bigger. I think I'm making mine. I think I made this too big. Let's just do the small. We'll do the smallest size, which is going to be this. Sorry, she bumped the mic. See, it looks like his gets. Oh no, it doesn't get. Maybe it does get bigger. I can't tell. All right, let's do this. I don't know how they make them look so good. Like it looks so natural. Let's look for another one that's a little bit more easy to emulate. Maybe we just do a single frame like this or something like that. They're probably not linear time. They probably have different frame times. You actually might be right about that. Oh, I do want to make it smaller though. Here, let me go get my coffee. I'll be right back. My cats do this thing now where they get one of my socks and they put it in their water bowl. I don't know why, but that's what they do. It's kind of their thing now. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. My cats are extra playful today. I don't know what it is. Okay, let's try to go with this size. Let's just do 1 blink and then we'll see what that looks like. Might turn into a cat play stream. Yeah, I mean, I just have to go over there and like play with them for a little bit. And then either they'll start running or they'll be like, okay, that was pretty good. And they'll go and like chill or something. Now they're playing. Now they're playing again. I feel like this is too fast. Make it slower. Cat can hack. Do you use Windows or Linux? I use Linux. Maybe I make this 100. I feel like art is just trial and error. Yo, man, you're Greek. I use Arch, by the way. Nice, same. I'm also on Arch, by the way. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. Love you, bro. Void is greater than Arch. No cap, you cannot fight me. What is Void? All right, Emily, don't disappoint me now. This better be good. Coolest Linux distro. XBPS is cracked so fast. Oh, stability rather than bleeding edge. Get out of here. Void Linux is Arch for people without the ability to get screenshots. Yeah, I'm trying to see what it looks like. What's the difference? Is it just stable? Can you not a fork? Run it as the init system. Let's run it. I'm thinking of shifting to a non-system D Arch distro. Yeah. I've been pretty fine with my Arch Linux. There's a few times where I've like messed up some install, but most of the time it's pretty stable. Journal CTL is so good. Yeah, actually, I do like Journal CTL. I mostly use it for my server though. They made everything themselves, didn't fork Ubuntu. Yeah. Which is very much the common way of doing a new distro. It's like, this is Ubuntu, but we like, I don't know. I don't know what else they do. We make you install this instead of this. That's why I like Arch, because you can pretty much just customize it to whatever you want. It's pretty much like very free form. Update responsibly, yeah. I'm doing good, JJ. How are you today? Maybe we'll add like an inner frame that does this. That looks fine, I think. This one needs to be 200 though. Maybe we copy this frame over here. That's kind of hard. Okay, there we go. I think when I'm in this one, I want to have a more heavier border on the outside. I don't know. Wait, I want to do that. That looks weird. Hey, what do you think I should learn? I have like 3 years of experience in Java. I want to do some game dev and have access to do low-level stuff. And I want high performance, so I have 2 choices, Rust and Go. What do you think would be better to learn? I feel like the difference between Rust and Go is Rust, you're going to be writing very specific and very correct code. So it's going to be harder to write. So you're going to be a little bit slower. It's probably going to be faster in most cases. And it's going to be like very provably correct. And then Go is going to be a little bit slower, but just a little bit, I think. I don't think it's going to be like a lot slower than Rust, depending on what you're doing. But you're going to be writing the code. The code will be a little bit faster to write. You'll have more runtime bugs. Rust, you'll have less runtime bugs, but it'll take longer to write. It also probably depends on like what, like Rust probably has better game support too, like game dev library support. So you'll be writing more stuff from scratch in Go, I think. You can also use Java too. It really depends on what kind of game you're trying to write, I think. If you want to make a small game, it doesn't matter, I think, which language you pick. If you want to make a big game with a lot of like rendering fidelity, you probably want to use something, you probably don't want to use Go. I think Go would be hard to do like a AAA level game in. Yeah, I think you'd have to use something like Rust or C++. Java's fine for games. I wrote my engine in it, yeah. You can definitely make like a 3D game in Go or any garbage collected language. I just don't think it's going to be like as fast as. To be fair, there is a difference between game dev and game engine dev. Yeah, that's very true. So I think if you program in Go, you'll be doing a lot more like engine dev work, I would think, just because there's less libraries out there. But so Rust has a lot of libraries. But you could also use an engine as well. Especially if you're new to game dev, it's probably smart to just start with an engine. Yeah, or use Pygame. Yeah. Like at some level, it doesn't matter what. At some level, it doesn't matter. If you're making a small game, it doesn't matter what language you use. Like whatever gets the job done the fastest, you know? We'll go here. How about this? Actually, instead of this, imagine making an MMO with Pygame. Hey, it's probably doable. I'm sure there's somebody out there doing it. I think EVE Online was made with I said this the other day too. I don't know if I was exactly right. Is EVE Online made in Python? Or rather, which part of EVE? I'm pretty sure maybe their backend. I don't know what stackless Python is. Both server and client software for EVE are developed in stackless Python, a variant of Python programming language. Stackless Python allows a relatively large number of players to perform tasks without the overhead of using call stack used in the standard Python distribution. Some routine work allows them to apply changes to the game universe without resetting the server. However, EVE cluster is taken offline daily. Wait, really? They take the server offline daily for database and server maintenance? I can't imagine they use... I can't imagine that they use Python for the client, though. That seems very surprising to me. But they made their own compiler for Python? Yeah. Yeah, so maybe they made it pretty fast. I don't know. I think a lot of people recommend Godot. Yeah, I think Godot's good. Unity's go. Unreal's maybe more complex, but probably pretty good. I've never used it. I miss gaming. Hey, there's a lot of games out there to play. There are open source libraries for making text-based MMORPGs. MUDs. Yeah, I believe it because that was like kind of what started it, right? That's what started the genre. Ooh, this is kind of cool. That does make it feel a lot more natural, actually. So it's just, so you just did the middle part, zooming in and out. Huh. Yeah, that way it remains the same size. Yeah, that was the problem with the first revision of this, was that like it just got bigger and it got like one. I think if I made it larger and just did one small layer, but like not a lot of contrast there, it probably might be fine. But I like this. I'll probably do something like this actually. Instagram server is built on Python. Really? Actually, for really horizontally scalable things, I think these languages that are more about writing productive code instead of writing fast code make sense, because developer time is very expensive. Like I want to learn a new language because I want to play with level stuff and do some systems programming. I'm really interested in how low level stuff works. So in Java, I can't do it. Like what do you mean by low level? Like what specific low level things are you interested in? Like rendering libraries or like networking or just all of it? But they made their own compiler for, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I read that one. Asteroids are respawn and stuff. Read one message before unit. Oh, sorry. One message before what? Oh no. Instagram servers built on Python? That one? Did I read it? Pygame Kappa? I'm looking for Dracula messages now. I tried libgdx because I'm... Okay, gotcha, yeah. I did it. Nice. Give me I need a cat pet now. I tried libgdx because I'm still new to Gamedev. So I tried lightweight Java game library, but it feels hard to start with. So I tried a framework, but I want to learn a new language. Gotcha. Google spends like $3 billion annually on electricity versus $4 billion annually for developers. They really spend that much on electricity? That's a lot. Or they're just trying to accept Rust code into Linux kernel or something like that. Rust is a little language, seems to not go away anytime soon. Yeah. Yeah, I did hear that they just started doing that. I think Rust is a good option for sure. Rust is both networking and rendering. I also want to learn reverse engineering. Yeah, I mean, rendering and networking is very different from reverse engineering. I think if you want to do reverse engineering on software, you probably want to start learning. I'm not very familiar with it, but I assume you want to learn assembly. All these are multi-year subjects. Yeah, it might be smart to focus in on one of them. I highly recommend starting with Godot and GDScript or C#. Yeah, those are good options too, for sure. The thing about starting too low level at the start is you don't really have any context on what a good interface looks like to those low level problems. Like rendering is a hard problem, right? And you don't really know, like you don't appreciate what a good interface to a rendering library should even be. So you end up writing something and it's just going to be bad, and you're going to be like, this is really hard to use. Then you have to write another one, and then you have to write another one, then you have to write another one. So it's really useful to like use Unity's rendering library and be like, okay, that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. You focus on a project and learn things to build it. Yeah, I was always a very like project focused person. So like, I always needed to like, I needed a reason to learn a language, I guess. Actually, no, that's not really true. I did try to learn Haskell one time. There's really no reason to do that. I think it's good to learn language. I think it's good to learn different languages because you learn different ways of thinking. Rust has a very specific philosophy on how to organize your code though, and so does Go really. But I think Go's is a little bit better, to be honest. I think you just lack a good tutorial on. I can't read this acronym. LWJGL. If you struggle to reach proficiency with it, I would not go lower level. Going from web, enterprise dev to game dev is nice because you come from having learned ways to structure the flow of data to make your life not a pain in the future. No, like I'm still exploring in school, so I'm trying to explore everything and then do what I want. What I like, I am like 17 and I have some years to explore. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it all in 1 week, you know? So you can take your time with it. Making a UI with Rust was a terrible experience because the way data flows cannot be owned by multiple entities and thus cannot really flow data. Yeah, I think if you make a game in Rust, you almost have to use an ECS. And the problem is an ECS isn't a good fit for most or it's not a good fit for a lot of problems in game dev. I feel like it's a good fit for like the glue logic on everything, but it's not a good fit for UIs for sure. The little stuff is usually done by bearded tech wizards. It might just be smarter to not reinvent the wheel. I can never figure out if I enjoyed Gamedev with Unity and C#. I think 70% of Unity Discord has been ECS at this point. Yeah. I started, I don't know if I started a trend or Jomi started a trend. I do like ECSs though. I will say that. I know some people are, don't like them, but I think I'm gonna make this 1 pixel bigger. Oops. Actually, I'm gonna make this more square. I think it looks weird when it's like this because it's like a diagonal. What does a circle look like? Let's do this. I think that's a good shape. I like that shape. This just looks too much like a rotated square. Oh, nice. Yeah, thanks for sending that over, Sammy. I think I can kind of see from the GIF though, like what's going on. It's the same resolution, I think. Oh, is yours 16 by 16? Yeah, so you just made one thing and then you just cut out more and more of the center and kind of went in and out. I like that. Maybe I will make it bigger. Maybe I'll make it full sized. No, I don't want that. There we go. Okay, we'll do from here to here. Just like Sammy did. Oops. This will be our border. I'm gonna copy this to every frame now. And we'll make a smaller circle inside. Ah, shoot. Excuse me. It's something I did for C++ rendering. It was totally optional, but was presented as something you had to do to make it performant. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just, I feel like for me, it's a flexibility thing. I like the ability to just like tack on a new component to something and like, voila. I don't have to change it for everything. I just change it for a few. Other projects currently, I'm working on a tool to stress Minecraft server in Java using the Netty library, like as a non-blocking high-performance networking libs. That's cool. If it was Jomi who started the ECS trend, then good thing it was only that. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people independently working on ECSs. What's wrong with YouTube? I'm writing chat, but it shows an error. Try again. It allows me to comment like 10 times. I don't know. Sorry. YouTube has its issues too. All right. So we have this. This is the first frame. Second frame, we'll just like, oh, we want to do. Then this will be this one. We'll go even bigger. That. How does that look? The last one's too big. I think I might just go pure circle. Let me see how that looks. I guess I should just do this. Okay, then this one goes a little bit bigger. Actually, let me just think about this really quickly. Wait a second. There we go. Nope. I think this last frame's too big. Wait a second, did I make it too large? No. I think the last one, this last one, I'm gonna make it a little bit more arced. Yeah. That looks better. It's maybe even a little, still a little bit too arced. Actually, maybe not. I don't think I can really. That's a little bit, I don't know. I think I might undo that. Do you like that? That little like, it's a little bit angled at the end there. Oh, the advantage of having it not symmetrical is that you could rotate it and essentially have it feel different for every projectile. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I didn't think about that. Like in Go, I can have 100,000 Go routines and get like 300,000 connections per second, but I can't do the same in Java. This message has been sent like 17 times. I'll increment it every try. Yeah, I think, I don't know if I've ever scaled up to 100,000 Go routines, but maybe that is possible. Does it get ugly if the outline is wavy? Looks like it's rotating inside. Yeah, just plonk it in the game and give it a look. I agree. It's hard to judge. Yeah, I'm gonna scale it down though, so it'll be less pixelated probably. But let's see what it looks like. It's possible I have 64 threads in a 10 gigabit per second server, so I can do that easily. Oh yeah, you might be right actually. Yeah, Go routines are pretty lightweight. I think I'm sure that Java, like all a Go routine is it's a these are so big. They move too fast to see. You know what I mean? I feel like they're moving too fast. Smaller and less velocity. Yeah, like they're too fast that I can't even see the animation. And also, I think they're too fast to dodge too, which is another like weird thing. So let's go to our projectile factory. Oh yes, I did call it a factory. It's for a holdover from my Java days. I actually think that factories are kind of nice. Oh yeah, config. Oh, we have projectile config, which defines all of this stuff. I think that's in the config file. Bean factory maker implementation, exactly. Wait a second, where are you? Ah, okay. Weapon config. Where's projectile config? Sizes. Oh, speed. Slime quad shooter. Let's make that 100. This is the stick weapon. Like player weapons, I think you can shoot fast. I think this is what zombies use. Duration. I'm gonna make it last longer too. Make it 1,000 milliseconds. Which, if you guys didn't know, 1,000 milliseconds is the equivalent of 1 second. So that's just a little programming tip from an expert coder like myself. Hello, Trunks. Sorry, my cat's right on my mic. They're still too big, but let me turn off debug because you can't really see what's going on. So I think if I make them smaller, that would look pretty good actually, and it's a lot more dodgeable. Like now I can actually like adjust myself to these massive projectiles. Oh, you like the setup? Yeah, it's kind of nice. This has been I've gotten to this point of organizing my things where like from many iterations of trying to make games and having terrible configurations. So I'm slowly getting better at it. Try editing the last frame in that in animation of that pearl or whatever it seemed like a pearl. What do you mean by edit it? So does this map to the ECS populates the component with set values for every enemy? So how I structured it in this game, originally I would do kind of what you explained, where I'd have basically I would have the like exact ECS component that I want to spawn in for the entity. But then I realized that that's really hard to keep that configurable. And it's also like, it's too many knobs to tweak, you know? Like if I have control over every single object, it's like too much. So what I've done now is I have like a weapon config, for example. And a weapon config has a weapon, which actually is the ECS component. And the weapon has well, eventually it should have a projectile config, I think, but I build a projectile config for the weapon, basically. And then the projectile config gets passed to the factory, like it gets returned when they shoot. They get, oh, look at that, beautiful. But basically shooting or activating a weapon gives you a bunch of projectile configs. Those go to the factory method, like the projectile call. And then that's like a config, the projectile config is just it's all of the configuration necessary to spawn every single projectile in the game. So like this thing just needs to scale up to handle every single possible case. So that's kind of how it works. So it's I more now make configs that are used to spawn a bunch of components, and then you can go to the projectile function. Where are you? Oh, yeah, here you are. And then I build an ECS entity, which is just a map of components, basically. So it's like it's got the type, it's got the position, the velocity, the damage, the collider cache. And then I have different layers. Like for example, when you spawn this on the client, I have another factory, which is for spawning the same stuff, but on the client. So I have a projectile function, which would get called in the client. And that calls the underlay, which is the one I was just on. That's in the main game. Like that's the centralized repo of like the most important, the components that are shared by the client and the server. And then the projectile, when you spawn it on the client factory, it also spawns like these sprites, for example. So like it goes here, it says, oh, get the projectile basic, and then sets the animation up and stuff like that. Like it looks like, how do I say, it's like different from the last frame. It feels totally different object, not part of the animation. I don't know how to tell. Yeah, it does look a little weird, this last frame. Would I have it before this? I feel like this probably looks better. Then it's like a kind of very consistent pulsing. I was just thinking that it looks, I don't know, it looks too like sharp, but let's scale it down and see what this looks like. I've never installed Gentoo before. Okay, now that we're here though in this, we may as well scale it down. Actually, how does this new blank sprite? Oops. Sorry, I feel like I've bumped my mic so many times today. I don't know how annoying that is on to hear, but it's probably really annoying. Yeah, you're probably right. That's the thing, is it's very, I feel like it's like what you said, it's very important to like see it in the game to see what it looks like. That's why I'm glad I'm glad I set up these nice scripts. Oh, mic bumping is fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, I feel bad whenever I bump it and my cats come up and they rub against it and stuff. CRT shader on top of your pixels, it gets blurred. Oh, it makes it like fuzzy. I'm sure, actually, they probably do have CRT shaders, don't they? Oh, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, it's actually called preview. Yeah, I think I'm gonna scale it down from here too, though. But I wonder if, I think the problem, like this is the same width as like a player though, you know what I mean? And that's where like that's where I'm not really sure. I'm just not good enough at art, I think. Like this is 16 wide, I think. It's 17 wide. So he's like less wide than this projectile. It's like this is just a massive projectile. So if I want the pixels to all be the same size, I either need to make him bigger or I need to make this smaller. Or I need to scale this down, but then that would cause the pixels to be a different size. So I don't know what, I feel like pixel art purists would probably make all their pixels the same size, but I don't know if it really matters. I don't know. So let's scale it down if it's easy to scale down. How do I scale this? New blank sprite. Where do I actually, I know where it is. It's I have this play animations, which gets the animation frame, draws it to the sprite. So I just need to set the scale of the projectile. I think if I scale it here, it never gets changed. We'll do in half. Oops. Scale, yeah, we just got import glitch. Does it look weird that these I feel like the colors are weird. I think red's probably a more reasonable color to use here. Does it look weird that the pixels are smaller? Just a cat? You must like cats, huh? All your YouTube accounts are cats. This is gonna be like a online dungeon crawler game. That's weird that if I kill it right when it shoots, it doesn't move. Oh, it made my this thing smaller too. Because I scaled all my projectiles. My Discord name is GigaCat. Yeah, I saw that. All right, let's do this. Let's see if I can get away with not scaling it, because I feel like it's probably better technique to do everything the same. I'm gonna actually just duplicate this because I'm not 100% sure how this is gonna turn out. Actually, can I just duplicate the layer? Delete. There we are. This is gonna look so bad. I just know it. I think that'll be fine, actually. Once I clean up the corners, I think that'll be fine. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot at least. The old college try. Uh-oh. That's an awkward dimension. How do people do circles for this sort of size? You'd go here to here. So that's where you get this weird one. I feel like I prefer it to be like this. But this needs to be there. That seems wrong. There we go. Now we have a... The problem is this is just too small. Yeah, whatever. I guess we'll just stick with this one. I do want to make it all red though. Sprite. I'm sure there's a maybe an edit. Adjustments. Is Sprite free because it has a Git repo on a website that says buy? You can compile a Sprite from source and then it's free, I think. But you can also buy it. It's like 10 or 20 bucks. I just bought it, but then I also installed it on Arch Linux, or I just built it from source. But I bought it on Steam. That's weird. It's not hewing anything. Oh, because I'm on the wrong layer maybe. Nope. Oh, it's the wrong click. That was a misclick. There we go. This is probably too right over red. Oops. I wonder, we'll go really desaturated here. Actually, I think I might stick with this type of one and just go here for that. I'm not very good at colors, unfortunately. That looks good though. They take money to compile. Well, it's like someone made a program and they sell the binary already compiled for you, because a lot of artists probably don't want to go and compile it and download all the stuff for it. So so they sell it as a product, but they also keep it open source. I don't think it's technically open source because I think they have some extra license in there. There's also something called Libre Sprite, which is open source. Like I think it's like a GPL v2 or something. It's a fork of a Sprite. They changed the license. I think the red's a little bit more obvious at its damage. Yeah, well, I think if you're using Pac-Man, I think they have literally an Sprite package as a part of the like main repo. I don't think you have to do an AUR install. I'm pretty sure I just called like Pacman-S Sprite. And then when that fails, you just need to type sudo Pacman-S Sprite. I did. I'm compiling from source. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think that's reason. I think that's I think it's fine. I think it's okay to do that. I think it's allowed. Hmm. All right, we'll add some sprite scales because the slash should be 1, these should be 0.5. config.type. Okay. If okay, that means we're specifying a specific scale. So we'll scale it to the scale. Scale, scale. What did I miss? Oh, I missed a comma. I guess we technically don't need to put the 1.0 there because that'll just modify. I need to add glitch back. I need to default turn off that. I feel like it's too red. I think it's too saturated. But that's fine. Oh, I think what's happening is he's shooting, but he's not. He doesn't have a target acquired yet, so he just shoots to nowhere. That's what I guess is happening, probably. All right, let's make more weapons now. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the debug stuff too on the client. It's way too saturated. Yeah. Needs to be lighter. It's hard because I don't know. I've been watching that guy on YouTube, the pixel art guy. I can't remember his name, like Adam Yaris or something. I don't know, something like that. But he was talking kind of about like at what things should be certain levels of saturation, and I thought what I remember was that you wanted to have projectiles to be saturated, like things that are moving needed to be saturated, but this does feel way too like colored. Like your background should be more like they just need to be different levels of contrast, so the background blends in more, and then everything else doesn't. And I don't think I've done a very good job with that. Let's go ahead and do a little adjustments. We can just desaturate this, or we can maybe we'll desaturate a little bit. Oh, it's only doing it on one frame. What's the difference between these? Apply to all cells, selected. Okay, so it applies them. Let's see how this looks. Contrast can be applied in multiple ways. Yeah, I'm terrible at art, which is unfortunate, but see, that seems too white. It looks washed out. Edit, adjustments. What do these do? I would shift the hue a little to like what? I feel like this is actually a pretty good. I feel feel like this might look nice, actually. I don't even remember what I tweaked. It still looks white. Like, it still looks really washed out. See, I don't know if it's looking washed out because all of these other colors on the background are very, like, I feel like this is a very strong, like, these are very strong colors, you know? It's a little salmon pink. Yeah, I just feel like it needs to be still more redder. It's like, it's hard. I just don't, yeah, I'm just not really sure which direction to go here. The middle looks a lot like the background. Yeah. That's why it's not popping out. That's why, like, I think because the background's like this gray color, I think this doesn't pop out because of that. I guess I could border it. But like the color, when I look at the color here, it looks very like energy ball. The middle needs to be lighter. Oh, like more white, like kind of like the center of like an energy ball or something. That stands out more. That's the other weird thing that I've done. Like all of my sprite, like all of the background stuff has no borders. Like none of this stuff has borders. But then like all of the characters have borders, you know? And I don't really know. Because I was kind of going for like a Hyperlight Drifter feel, which doesn't have borders on their sprites at all. Colors look different when they're on top of other colors. Yeah. So the borders make it really easy to like add like I can add like these immediately look very contrasty because I just added a black border to them. Oh, while I'm in here, I wanted to remember to do I wanted to remember to do, I think it's in UI, this. I wanted to do that. Okay, cool. Do you think the border, do you think the border looks fine or not really? Border or no border? Border or like colored border? Black border, colored border? The border's cheating a little bit. Yeah, that's for sure. I do think the white, I think it looks better lighter, like the center, like you said. Darker colored border, yeah, like we used to have. I'm gonna take this even whiter. I think even if I go like straight white, I think it's going to look a little pinkish just because of the outside color, you know? Darker border in the same hue. I feel like I'm actually gonna do this one. That's too saturated. That looks maybe okay. That looks maybe okay. Actually, I think the white is too white now. I like how I was very confident in when I was like, oh, if I make this pure white, I think it'll look fine. Check Discord general chat. I sent a design for this. Wow, that's a really nice graph, actually. What is this? It's a very like nice looking rainbowy graph. Oh, did you post one? Oh. Open image in new tab. Oh, looks kind of nice. So it's kind of got like a darker outer color and it's light in the middle and then it's dark in the middle again. It looks kind of like it bubbles in and out though. That's the other thing. I feel like I feel like I'm not sure. I feel like it's flat. Like in here, I feel like it's flat. Let me just go light. I should probably be using these instead of just picking there. That's maybe not enough contrast. You better not say that's a girl. I would never say it's. I would never say such a thing. I feel like my art typically looks very flat. This looks okay. Yeah, we'll leave it like this for now, I think, and there's gonna be some improving art over time. I'm hoping. I don't think I'm definitely not very good at art right now, at least, but I hope eventually. I want to make these live longer too. Do 2 seconds. It's supposed to be flat. There's no shading. Yeah, I just mean like it doesn't look very like, I don't know if it's bubbling in or out. Yeah, I feel like it looks fine. I feel like it looks good enough. I feel like I need to have a more cohesive like understanding of how colors work before I like finish all of like my tiles and the character design and stuff like that. So, and like all of that stuff needs to fit together. I think right now it doesn't really fit together. Everything's like a little bit different. Oh, I forgot to check what the oops. I forgot to check what the border looks like. Yeah, I like this color. I like this border better though. It looks more cleaner. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to get the colors to work together a little bit better. But yeah, I'm using a palette. I'm using like the Zugi 32 palette. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but art will be a learning thing for me. Like that's just gonna take me a little bit of time, I think, to get it to look nice. I don't think I'm gonna be I'm definitely not like an art expert or anything like that. But I appreciate the feedback. I feel like the tile maps stuff looks pretty good right now. Like I like the direction I'm going in, but I'm not there yet, I don't think. But we will get there eventually, I hope. Also, actually, I think that this looks flat because of Because there's no shadows on anything. Right? Like everything looks vertical except for the projectiles. They look like they're just on top of the map. Like the projectile, when you look at the projectile, it makes you think you're looking straight down. And then everybody else is more like oriented upwards. I almost wonder if I just do this. What if I do like a shadow layer or something? Yeah. Let's do this. Maybe I do, I don't know. This obviously means they can't be rotated at all. I don't think that necessarily looks that good, but it looks more alive. Yeah. Well, like the problem within in the game, it looks like this is a very top-down view. I almost wonder if this energy needs to be like in the top left-hand corner. If I'm going for like light from up here, like if light's coming from here. Oops. That's weird. Yeah, so this is art direction I would not bother with for now. Yeah, you might be right. I could also do like drop shadow stuff, you know? But if I rotate this bright, that'll look super weird. Oh well, we'll stick with the flat stuff for now, I think. It doesn't look bad. But yeah, I need to have some kind of shadow pass and lighting pass. I think that'll give everything a lot more depth. I think it's good enough for now. It's recognizable what it is. All right. Do we have any changes? We'll just nah, I'll just push that with the next thing. All right, let's make a new weapon. Every shadow should have some color to make it look right. Yeah, like depending on what color light it is. We'll call this, I want to do a circle one. Like I want it to just shoot out a circle. Which is very similar to this. Mog, what do they call it? Weapon or shoot or something? Health maybe? Nope. Attack. Yeah, so this is very disorganized right now. I even wrote, I'm not sure a good way to abstract all the possible different kinds of weapons that can be used in this slot. So I literally just be like, oh, if the pattern's this, then do that. If it's this, then do this other one. But like you might think of it also as like I need something that generates this projectile, like all the projectiles that need to be spawned. But for now, sorry, I had to cough. I still have to cough. All right. Sorry. I'm not even sick either. So this is the weapon pattern that decides it. It's also weird because I'll have like weapons that are, I guess weapons could be shared among enemies and also the player. I do specify that this weapon shoots a certain number. I feel like the pattern needs to be more than just a type. It should be a type and like the number of bullets or something like that. Like the spread, it should be the pattern, it should be the number of bullets. Maybe that's the right abstraction. And then this is literally the same thing as this. The circle shooter. The circle shooter just shoots more. You guys hear my cat squeaking? I sent a new design for that energy ball. Oh, that looks kind of cool, actually. This looks like a energy rock. It looks nice, though. It looks very like, it looks like a physical object. I like that, though. Maybe that would be, like I should probably go like more thematic like that, too. Like when I have a slime shoot something, it should probably be like a slime ball that he shoots, you know? Like a green slime ball or something. And then when a, I don't know who would shoot this. Some like rock monster or something would shoot something like that. I don't think I can have too many different looking projectiles. I think it might just be too noisy, but I do think that looks pretty cool. All right. Unaimed quad. We'll do an unnamed circle. The problem is, what is pattern? Weapon. I hate this. It's so annoying when like something doesn't build. So it can't find references anymore. Weapon circle shooter. Undefined. Okay. And then I can't go find where this is. Oh, I can actually. Nice. But I think pattern needs to be more than just a UN8. I think there's going to be like a behavior. Pattern type. So if a type will have a I don't know, like a count or something. Oh, hey, what's up, not unknown? Oh, did you like it? Good. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it was a little bit different than what I've done in the past. I think I'm trying to go more into like devlog style, because I think I can make, like, I made that video a lot faster than a lot of my other videos. Because a lot of the other, well, I think there's multiple reasons for that, but I think if I like keep track of my clips a lot better, it'll be a lot easier to be like, I did this, 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 and this, and like make a quick little video about it. And I prefer to do that than like some of these more like very, very in-depth researchy type things, which I might still do in the future, but I'm still figuring it out. It's fun though. I enjoyed that one. So the count will be the number of things, I think. Then you have weapon, which isn't a weapon type pattern type anymore. It's a weapon pattern. And that's going to break everything, but we'll go and fix it. I don't think I can do constructs, can you? I don't think Go lets you do that. But I can do. Man, I'm so I'm coughing a lot today. All right. Wait a second. This is the pattern type. I think I just need to have I need to have that, and then I need to have different like weapon pattern. Actually, no. What I do instead is this. I do something like this. Oops. This one's got the pattern of this one, which is slightly different, but it's unnamed circle or something. And then there's 4 of them. I think paid leave is in your contract. He doesn't have any holidays in a contract. Yeah, I should have read that thing. It is weird though, because now I have a bunch of different weapons depending on what count it is. I almost want those to be more. But this also defines what projectile gets shot too. He doesn't deserve it. Hey man, didn't you just see that mini map I built? Get out of here. Not enough. I'll do better. I'll do better. Don't you worry. I'll just stop sleeping, I think. No, this is pattern.type now. The board is hard to please. Your review is coming up. My review is always coming up. Weapon pattern, unnamed circle. I mean, what these really should do is these should go and define like a function of how projectile configs get spawned, you know? And then now I have this weapon.pattern. I can literally just loop through at some angle, change. Looks like cold and bound, take care. Yeah, I think I just have allergies. I'll take some Zyrtec. Makes me sound more like a man though. It makes my voice deep. Super manly unit. Unit of manliness over here. You wish. I do wish. Really, I just need a function now that generates. What do I need here? I need the spawn position. Wearing your cat ears as you say that totally doesn't. How'd you know I was wearing them? How'd you know I was wearing them? Oh gosh. I think we're getting a new Photoshop. You just gave me an idea. Yeah, you're right. I always wear them, especially when it's cold out. I gotta keep my ears warm. Plus, it's the only earmuffs I have are the cat ear ones. So really just position and velocity are the calculated things. Catman. Catman cometh. Can I pet you? Yes. I mean, no, I don't know. Maybe. I'll do it later after I get the board done. Oh, okay. You're all good. What's next? Give him belly rubs. My cats are very hit or miss for belly rubs. Sometimes they're fine with it, but a lot of times they're like, no. Clip worthy. Oh gosh. This is not going to end well for me. These kinds of discussions. I'll always say something sus. Out of context unit of time. Everything you say is being recorded. I know it's bad. I should just stop talking. Consider belly rubs like what women are like. Oh wait, you wouldn't know. Never mind. Dang. This guy's ruthless. I'll cry later though. It's fine. It's fine. Try making a projectile using sine wave pattern. Oh, that's a good idea. Like that would be like the movement, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any support for that yet. Right now everything's a fixed velocity and the velocity doesn't change at all. But yeah, I'll eventually add something like that, I think. But right now I think what I'll do is have a I need something that goes through and does this. It basically takes the number, divides up the circle based off of that number, and then generates a bunch of vectors based off of that, which are the position vectors and the velocity vectors. When he says yet, he means in 2 years. No. This one will be fast. Don't you worry. Actually, maybe it'll be add acceleration will make your motion smooth. Yeah, I probably won't do I'm probably not gonna have acceleration for the sine wave stuff. I'll probably will just do something like the velocity changes to whatever the sine wave vector is. Like I'll probably add like a perpendicular velocity equal to some scaling of a sine wave, which is maybe very close to acceleration, but maybe I will do acceleration based off of the sine wave. I don't know. Because I'm not really making a physics game, so I don't really need to make super Doesn't need to be like super physically realistic, I guess. The reviews acceleration will help you very much. Trust me, physics without acceleration is not good. Yeah, I mean, right now I don't use acceleration. It's all everything. The problem with acceleration is that when you when something's stopped and you have to accelerate, then it's this like very long speed up time. So like movement on a character, they like slowly start and they slowly stop. Yeah, I do interpolation for smoothing out movement. Bro, you need help with physics. I give a character SIU bun to, I don't know what that word is, to my head and head of it, and you know they have that little piece of paper on the bottom that you got to remove. Oh, an SIU bun, a CU bun. I don't know what that is. I think he ate it with the bun. Uh-oh. That's not good. All right. I think we'll just do this. We'll have a slice of bow. Okay, yeah, I know what that is. We'll make a slice of these need to be these ones basically. We'll have a vector that we just rotate around the origin point, and we'll rotate it the number of times that the count is equal to. w.pattern.count aim vec. We also need a projectile config slice too. I made an RGB version of that ball, sent it in Discord. Oh, nice. That looks pretty good. It looks nice. You're quite the artist. Let's see here. So I think we'll have the 0 be just in the X direction. So we'll do, Okay, I think I get it now. So it'll be a phi2.pause, 1, 0. That'll be the starting vector. I think I have a rotate function. Nope, rotated. I do. I don't know. Vec2v. Wait, why is this a pause? This should be a vec2. Oh, this should be a vec2. Yeah, I think that this is right. This is the right rotation type. So we have an I, and it's going to be there's some like oh, I forgot to do this. My tabs aren't working. Okay. I use a texture pack. I use me texture pack for Minecraft, but like coding more. In the last 2 years, I explored so many different stuff. Lockdown years was very productive for me. Hey, yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I've never done texture packs for games before. Can you explain how you handle movement in your game? Yeah. So for character movement, it's basically I can just show you actually. I think it's this file. Excuse me. Basically, you have a velocity based off of your input. So if your input's left, like what I do is I have a movement vector, which is what you're going to move in. No, I don't have to whiteboard anything for this, I don't think. I have a movement vector. It's set out to 0, 0 basically at the start. And then depending on, like, you hit left, the left arrow key, for example, or in my case, A. I change the movement vector minus equal to the speed. The speed is calculated based off of what tile you're on. So if you're on water, you move slower than if you're on like land, for example. And then right does the same thing, but it adds the speed to the movement vector. So I basically generate a movement vector based off of what your inputs are and what tiles you're on. And then, for example, if your tile type is a stair, then I also change your movement vector in different ways, because it's kind of like you're moving upwards as well as moving left. So I do stuff like that. I basically calculate a movement vector, and then I add your position to that movement vector, or I add your current position to the movement vector to calculate the position that you might be at the end. Then I move you in the X direction first, and I see if you check a collision there. If you do check a collision, I move you back in the X direction, and then I move in the Y direction. I check for collisions there, and if you have a collision, I move you back. So that's how movement works right now. If you did it with acceleration, it would be very similar to this, except for your velocity would be controlled by your input, and your input would be controlled by like projectile. Is that the same? So this is for character movement. For projectile movement, it's just that you have a fixed velocity, and that's the movement vector. Like, it's literally this. When things spawn, they spawn with a fixed velocity. So there's no acceleration. They don't accelerate up to a speed. They just spawn at that speed. So then if you change your velocity on the projectiles, then that's where you would use some sort of acceleration. I just don't know if I'd change it. I don't know if I mean, like, it's totally reasonable to build some acceleration and, like, change it that way. But there's, like, obviously other ways to do it as well. What's up, Bashery? Hello all, what do you think of Arena's proposal? Oh, message retracted. Sorry, I didn't get to read it all. Okay, we need to calculate the Arena's proposal. Will it have an effect on Go in the fields of games? I think it's valuable content. Yeah, I did see that there was something about that. I didn't read it though. I think it's like 1.20, right? They talked about it. This isn't. There's a confusing moment in the oh, I'm not reading the proposal. Here it is. Oh, you can actually use it. Allocate memory for a collection of Go values and free that space manually all at once safely. The purpose of the functionality is to improve efficiency. Manually freeing memory before garbage collection delays that cycle. Less frequent cycles means CPU cost of the garbage collector is incurred less frequently. All this functionality in this package is mostly captured by Arena types. The Arena allocates large chunks of memory for Go values, so they're less likely to be inefficient for allocating only small amounts of small Go values. This actually sounds very, very nice. Because that's like the biggest problem with Go in games is the garbage collector. So it seems like it gives you some manual chunk of memory that you can allocate to without having the garbage collector run on it. So I probably would use this for my ECS. Note that allowing for this limited form of manual memory allocation that use after free bugs are possible with regular Go values. This package limits the impact of those use after free bugs by preventing the reuse of freed memory regions until the garbage collector is able to determine that it is safe. Typically, a use after free bug will result in a fault that a helpful error message and helpful error messages, but this package reserves the right to not force a fault on freed memory. That means that valid implementations of this package is to just allocate all memory the way the runtime normally would, and in fact, it reserves the right to occasionally do so for some Go values. Make slice. Creates a new generic type in the providing arena. The generic type must not be used after this arena is freed. Accessing the value after free may result in a fault, but this fault is also not guaranteed. How do, oh, methods. Okay, free. That's where I was looking. I was like, where's the free function? New arena, make slice new, reflect arena new, free. Go devs now be like, if error not equal to an error every time they alloc. Is there errors that get returned? T. There are no errors. This can never fail. Huh. As they may be freed back to the runtime manually, though any memory obtained from freed arenas must not be accessed once that happens. The arena is automatically freed once it is no longer referenced, so it must be kept alive. Yeah, I'll have to look into this. This like this might be a good optimization for some cases. But so like for my ECS though, I already have just really big slices, and like I don't really think I need to. Like, I don't really reallocate them that frequently. And I don't think the garbage collector takes very much effort to garbage collect all of the big slices that I have in my games. They want to not reuse chunks of arenas in order to detect use after free cases, as I understand. Their point is that 64-bit virtual address space is large enough that even for long-running applications, but virtual address space on modern systems is limited to lesser values than 64 bits. Yeah, like in my case, the GC is not that noticeable. And I feel like in the cases where the GC is noticeable, I can do things to like it's because I was lazy, you know, it's not because of anything like that. So I don't see myself really using this too much off the bat, unless I find a specific case where I want to use it. Because the thing I'd be worried about is having like a use after free bug. And that's the nice part about the GC, is that I'm guaranteed to never have that, you know. But like things like here where I'm like for example, I'm allocating like a small slice. Like this might be a good use case for arenas, right? Like I allocate this thing, I return it back, and then I know it's going to be done here. So it's going to get released by the garbage collector here, but it was the only thing people told me when writing an engine in Java. The only time the GC got me was when I was writing bad code. Yeah. Like it's because I'm doing like dynamic allocations, but like I could reasonably I could build this in such a way, and it's probably pretty easy to just pull these out of this inner loop, you know, pull them out to an outer loop and then pass in the memory, right? Isn't arena supposed to have one simple free at the end of call so all memory is deallocated? Yeah. I can see it in like it's very similar to like opening files, I think. So like you open a file and you call like defer close on the file. So I would use it in situations where I could do that probably. But like, I think it would be too hard for me to manually remember to like, I'm not gonna like allocate some slice in an arena and then just pass that slice willy-nilly around. I'm gonna do it in like very specific cases where I can like call a defer function, or whenever this object like allocated inside of an object, and when that object gets deleted, then it deletes the arena or something like that. I think otherwise it's just too risky. I usually call theta, I'm just call it div angle. This is like the dividing angle. Oh. That'll be the aim vector. Div angle is going to be 2 times math.pi divided by float 64 w.pattern.count. Yeah, in Kotlin native, when I allocate stuff normally, I create a dispose function and have disposable interface where all the data is deallocated when called. Easier than remembering to manually go around disposing it. Yeah, like it's really hard to remember that stuff. Like that was the whole reason, like that's a big reason of why I switched to Go in the first place, is so I don't have to worry about this stuff. Okay, we have the aim vector. Now we just need the we have velocity vector, which is going to be, I guess I use pauses for everything. We'll just keep this as a pause. Oh, this is going to be the aim vector, scaled w.speed. And then we have a I'm gonna keep it with spawn vector. That's a very obvious thing. Pause, where's pause defined? Oh, that's the position. Pause dot add aim dot scaled start distance. Okay, now we have those. Now we can build the projectile config. Yeah, that would be the only problem I have with memory arenas. But like, I think that I think it's a net positive, because I think that what's happened in Go is people have had situations where it's like, man, the garbage collector is really killing me here. I wish I could just do this one thing manually and then I'd be fine. And I think people have, even in some situations, they've literally like written a C library that they call to allocate their things, like some like jmalloc wrapper that CGO calls to allocate a chunk of memory so they can do some like slightly unsafe Go stuff. So I think it's a net positive, so people don't have to do that stuff anymore. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, like I literally watched a video about a database project that did that for their database. It was like maybe it was GraphQL. I don't remember. Val vector. Yeah, Jomi's making happy noises right now. Okay, the projectile config, it can get set to this now. And then we just return. All right, now we can comment all this out. I think all this is the same except for those two. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Oh, this did not work. Man, I was hoping that I was literally thinking that was gonna work, so I was gonna be like, dang, I'm good. But have you heard about Surreal DB? No, I haven't. What is it? Wait, why did I? Oh, because this is spawn vec, aim. Wait, why did I do this? That did not fix it, but I guess I don't need this anymore. Should I add in show and tell? Oh, that was Surreal DB. I like this. I like how it's everybody on one side of the table and then me like getting grilled and then the cats. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I'll add that to the slideshow. Thanks for making that. Surreal DB. Ultimate serverless cloud database. Is it SQL style query? Serverless, single page, traditional. So it's just a managed database. Advanced inter-document relations and analysis. No joins, no pain. Do I know Fireship? I've seen his videos, yeah. I've seen some of them. You'll have to look into this. I haven't decided what I'm going to use for a database for this yet. Yeah, Fireship makes pretty good videos, I think. Projectile type, spawn type. Surreal DB in 100 seconds. I'll check that one out. It seems like a good database. Oh, search on YouTube? I can watch it, I guess. Give me 1 second. I need to plug my headphones in.
RealDB, an open source new SQL database that delivers every feature you've ever dreamed of. ACID, scalable, full text search, real-time.
Can you hear it?
Graph, relational, multi-tenant, temporal, schemaless, schema-full, serverless, embedded are all words that can describe SurrealDB, a multi-model database that combines elements of relational, graph, and document paradigms into a simple package that can be queried with an SQL-like language.
Well, am I going to get copyright strike for this? This is a React video. I'll do a half screen.
And Toby Morgan.
This is a React video, heads up.
And it was open sourced in July 2022. The engine is written in Rust and can support multiple persistence layers like TiKV to scale horizontally in the cloud, or as a single node, both in memory or on disk. Most importantly though, it can handle complex relationships like traditional relational databases, but does so without joins. Instead, it uses techniques like record links and graph connections that not only handle complex data models, but also result in concise, developer-friendly code. By default, default, it's schemaless, which means you can implicitly create unstructured data in any table. However, you can opt into schemaful tables when the data model becomes well-defined. It's also ACID compliant, allowing you to run transactions across multiple tables, which also emit events when the data changes, so you can listen to real-time updates from a front-end application, kind of like Firebase. And the feature list goes on with things like geospatial data and predefined analytics views, all of which can be locked down with permissions out of the box. To get started, install it on your machine, then run it locally with the CLI. Then
you can self-host it
using its REST API or a client library for your favorite language. Just like SQL, we can use statements like create to add a record to the database. Every record has a unique ID comprised of two parts. The left side is the table the record belongs to, and the right side can be whatever you want, or if left out, it will be automatically generated. And now use set to define the data for that record, or try content for a more JSON-like syntax. Now that we have some data populated, we can query it with a select statement. It supports the where clause to filter by a condition, and
also
has
instead of Docker, use Podman
like count to fetch aggregate data, or is to validate common data formats like an email. And if that's not enough, you can even embed your own JavaScript logic directly into a query. But remember, there are no joins in the surreal life. Instead of foreign keys, record IDs can be stored in any other record. That makes it possible to query that data using a simple select statement that uses dot notation to specify the fields that should be joined in. That takes care of most relationships, but you can even add graph edges between records using the relate statement. You can now query this data efficiently using arrows to traverse between nodes and edges. This has been SurrealDB in 100 seconds. If you want to go beyond 100 seconds, check out my new channel Beyond.
So it seems like very graph based.
Surreal journey. Thanks for watching, and
I'll check that out more. I wasn't very familiar with that one before. I was honestly planning to just use like MongoDB or something, like some document one. Because I don't really have like really massive scaling needs. So like for my database, I mean. But I'll have to analyze that a little bit later, I think. We're not at the point for databases just yet, but one day. All right, let me try to figure out why this isn't working. 2 times math pi, that's a full circle, divided by the number of divs, which should be like 4. Maybe? Wait, Podman's daemonless? Like, I guess why is it there's no like Docker engine that runs it? SpawnVac. I'll check it out. I guess I'm not really familiar with like what the differences are and how it's structured. Does that mean it can't restart them, or it doesn't have any daemon at all? It's a lot more performant than Docker. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you would be much more performant than like being a Docker container, because it's just a processor names or a like a what's it called, process namespace. But I'll look into it. I had heard of it before, but I've never used it. Why isn't this working? 10 dot rotated by the div angle. Oh, this needs to be I times. But this isn't going to Oh, now it's working. That's weird. All right, now we can change, where was I? It's in the config, I think. Quad shooter. We'll change this to 18. Which is a random number I thought of. Look at that. Look at us. Now we're a bullet hell. Oh gosh. No. That's good. I like this. This is actually a lot harder now. I suck. Okay. Well, that'll be it for today, I think. Well, we made our weapons a little bit more, the bullets remind you of Tohu and the pattern. Bullet hell, yeah. I think I will make it somewhat bullet helly. I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to be just a bullet hell. I don't want you to just be like dodging bullets and, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like bullet hells, you get close and you like run back. Like, it's a lot of like kiting and stuff like that. I want it to be a little, maybe like, I'm hoping to make it more tactical than that, but yeah, we're starting with bullet hell and we'll try to make it more tactical after that. It was fun though. Yeah. All right, everybody. Podman calls a configured container runtime to create the running container but without dedicated daemon. Gotcha. The container runtime. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm not familiar with it yet, but I am in the process of, I was planning to move to Docker, but I could maybe move to Podman if it had better support or did something better than Docker. Docker is kind of like the gold standard though. At least that's what I thought, but I'll check it out. Podman uses systemd to make updates and keep containers running in the background. You can generate control units for containers and run them when systemd automatically enabled. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's the difference. There's no Docker image, but Podman will create a systemd. I guess they're called control units, and that'll keep it running. That's interesting. That's not a bad strategy. Yeah, thank you, JJ. I hope you have a good day as well. More secure than Docker. Made by Red Hat. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll look into it. Thanks for the tip. All right, everybody. Well, it was fun. We had a good, solid 3-hour stream today. Look at us. That's a big one. I need to go eat though. I'm starving. But I appreciate you all stopping in. It was a good time. We got a good amount done. Yeah. See you, Conifer. You have a good one. All right. Bye.